Yeah, you know what? If I only had one job, it would make it easier of not to mute myself, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate it.
It's nice to see that it's not just JR and I that basically screw up sort of like when we're streaming. It's that kind of like, yep, utter plebs gets put a lot in chat, and it's that kind of like, we only do it once a week, it's fine. And that's kind of like, yeah, so it's quite nice.
It's
So
it's funny because I stream all the time, but it's only now is when I start to mute myself. I don't know why. I have a slider here that I can mute myself. Like I mute myself on stream. Like, you know what, guys? It is what it is.
but you've got a crazy setup tonight in terms, if you think about all the things that are actually going on and what have you. When you're streaming, it's just you. I frequently say to JR, it's that kind of like, do we need to move the streaming setup every week from this room to that room? We're showing off 3D printing this week, and then it's like a kit model build, and then we're doing resin casting, and then we're in the seat like down on the CNC, and it's just like, oh, it's nuts. It's like, can we just sit at our desks? That's what everybody else does. It's like, right, okay. So yeah,
So
fun and games, learning experience.
so for those, for everybody at home, like I mentioned it over and over. Like I don't know, I mentioned you guys, I would say maybe like 16,000 times a day
Oh god.
about the trophies. But for those people that are here that don't know about JRD+F, what it is that you guys do at JRD+F?
So we basically take assets from in the game and bring them to life in a nutshell. So that might
That's
be
perfect.
kit models for people to put together themselves. That might be trophies for you guys. So we've done kind of like, we built a forge last year and basically cast metal trophies that
Oh,
weighed an absolute ton. Really excited about the Demo Rally ones for next year. So that's very cool.
oh man.
And we've also done stuff for CIG, whether that be desks or spaceships. So the Dragonfly that people sat on at CitizenCon 2948,
Oh
the Kraken
yeah.
model, they were ours. The Saber Raven that hangs over your head if you go into Wimslow's office.
Oh man.
Various desks, Gamescom stands, yeah, all sorts of things. So yeah, we basically bring the SC to your habs at home is how we've kind of sort of said it in the past.
That's
Um,
absolutely incredible. I think I could talk to you all day about this stuff. I have a question. I think everybody at home wants to know. Can you like build me an F8 Lightning bed? Is
I,
that possible?
yeah, I can do one-off license requests, no bother. You tell me what you want. You tell me, yeah, what your budget is, and I'll tell you whether or not we can actually do it.
That sounds
We've done
incredible.
all, yeah. We're lucky in sort of like outside of work, we built our own house, and JR has a room mocked out in the loft that literally has sort of like a proper ladder for him climbing up that will literally be a cockpit up there.
Oh
He just
wow.
he can't decide what one it is, and it's that kind of like, well, at least if I know it's in the loft, I can't get it out to take to events. It's literally staying there and it remains there. It's that kind of like, right, okay.
Oh
So
wow. Like I know you guys have, for those of you guys at home don't know, they have an Arrow model, they have two freelancer models, is that correct?
yeah, so we've got Freelancer Max, we've got Freelancer. There we do 4 different scales, and 1 to 40, so that's your ground vehicles. 1 to 100, your fighters. 1 to 200, which is everything else. Apart from, there's nothing in the 1 to 500 range yet, but that will be the your capital, your sub-capital type things. So yeah, so they will come eventually, but we've got a few issues and what have you. So that's quite fun.
There's
The
always issues like me muting myself all the time, so it's okay.
It's funny. I watched the interview that you did with Game Glass earlier, and you were kind of saying about sort of like why Atmo and kind of backing you guys. And it's funny. I was thinking about what we've done in terms of the kit models, and we've done so much to tie in with sort of like what you guys are doing. We have more in the ground vehicle range because we've got the Grey Cat, the Dragonfly.
Yeah,
2 cyclone models at the moment because we tie them into what else is going on.
that's so
Um,
cool.
so it's that kind of like, we did the Dragonfly for SitCon last year because we'd done the massive Dragonfly the year before. So it was like, actually, that was sort of like our sort of thing. And obviously the trophies worked out really nicely for the cyclones. So yeah, shameless little plug. I have these sitting in my,
Oh, it looks so good. So
yeah.
all the models come with that color, so that way you're able to paint it yourself. Is that correct?
Yeah, so they are either basically the wheels
Oh,
move.
wow, it's so good.
So yeah, so it's cool. So they go on sale tomorrow at 8 o'clock UTC. So that's about, I can't think, 12, about 20 hours time, 19 hours time, something like that.
Yeah, so for
On our
those
stream.
yeah, for those of you guys that are at home, they'll be streaming. Is gonna go at, you said 2000 UTC tomorrow,
Yep.
and then
Yeah.
that's gonna be around 4 p.m. Eastern, and then just for the rest of the time, you guys minus it yourselves. Uh, but so how much will the Cyclone cost?
So the Cyclone as a kit model is it comes out at £125 each.
Okay, okay.
Um, so yeah, it's that kind of like I know they're not. I haven't got time to kind of go into that. No, they're not injection molded. No, they're not made in China. They're all made here in the UK. All of our materials come from here. And yeah, they're limited numbers. They all come with a little certificate. So the earlier you order, the lower your number. So there's only ever 500 of them, which is why we did all 5 cyclones separately, or why we will do all 5 cyclones separately. Yeah, with just all really cleverly detailed and what have you. So,
Can we reserve number 16?
um, the DM me afterwards. I confess, I have got tomorrow's stream. We've got a very special guest. Paul Jones is coming on the stream to answer a few questions, not in any official capacity,
Okay.
but because he loves the Cyclone and he asked if he could have number 1. And I said, well, you can have number 1 on one condition. You come on the stream when we put it on sale. And he said, yep, that's fine. So he's coming on to answer a
Oh,
few
that's
questions for
awesome.
us and
That's
what have you,
awesome.
which would be really cool.
No,
So
16
yeah,
is
so
my
that's
favorite
tomorrow night.
number. 16 is my favorite number. That's all I was saying. 16 looking pretty good.
Yeah, that's fine. I know you wanted one. We tried to get you one for
Oh,
the stream for this weekend, but it's just been
yeah,
crazy in
time.
terms of times and stuff. And we prioritized making sure that the trophy for you guys was done in enough time to be able to get the pictures out and this, that, and the other.
Yeah, thank you so
That was
much.
the priority rather than getting the artwork through CIG and this, that, and the other. So yeah, that's fine. I've written down number 16. And just DM me afterwards, and that's fine. I can sort you out. It's fine.
Hey, I want to support. You guys support the Star Citizen community. I don't. I want to. I'll buy it, but I just want number 16. I'll be like your first pre-sale. Trust me. I already had a bookmark because Corsair was already telling me when it was gonna go on sale. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting one. Like, Cyclone is like one of my favorite land vehicles as well. I don't have like a preference of which Cyclone it is, but like I may just like now that probably have spend some time with my son and build it and paint it with him red as an RC. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, and it's really nice. One of the nice things that I really like to see in our Discord server, the paint schemes that people actually put up and the time that they actually put into it. It's been really nice. I know so many people who have kind of gone, I haven't done this in years, but it's been really nice. They've been out and bought an airbrush and this, that, and the other, and what have you. The RC is really cool actually. It comes with an entire sheet of decals
Oh,
from
very nice.
in-game sponsors and what have you. So you can literally brand it up to sort of like whatever you want. So yeah, so that's quite fun.
So, question here: how long does it take to like just build one Cyclone?
So JR built I mean, obviously he's put it together a few times.
Yeah.
But we started streaming at 7:30 last night, chatted a lot, and he had an entire Cyclone put together in 2.5 hours.
That is not bad at all, but
It's not. It's
wow.
not. Even I can actually put it together. I mean, I am not a model builder. I'm not. But I can put the Dragonfly together without any issues. I can put the Cyclone together. There's one that I can't talk about at the moment because we've shuffled the dates around and whatnot that I can put together. So that's quite exciting. That's kind of like, oh.
But we can tell chat
cool.
to cover their ears. You can just tell me on stream if you want. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, no, so it's funny. We were streaming last night and it was that kind of like JR kind of got all of the models out and put them around the outside of sort of his desk. And I just had to keep double checking that he hadn't got the one that's not on sale out. And I'm like, no, it is still there because it's quite rare for us to have a painted one that's not like nearly there. It's kind of like it'll come in about a month's time, which is quite fun. So
Gotcha. Well, everything sounds incredible. Again, everybody that are watching at home, tomorrow at 2000 UTC, the Cyclone model it's pre-sale, right?
Yeah, so the Cyclone, what I'm going to do is anyone that pre-orders, I'll basically pop them on a mailing list and let you kind of see a little bit behind the scenes as to how we do it, what we do in terms of the photo shoot for the packaging, and that little bit of sort of like, yeah, behind the scenes, sort of, yeah,
Oh, that's
behind the
gonna be so
curtain
fun.
is what people sort of say. Um, so yeah, that's so yeah, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. The first 10 that go on sale actually have a personalized box. We basically put their name or
Ooh,
handle or whatever they want on the box.
oh, that's pretty
Um,
good.
so yeah, so that's quite cool. That's an extra little thing. We bought a we bought a laser so we could do more various bits and pieces in house. So the foam's cut, laser cut, and
Cut,
kind
yeah.
of what have you. So
This
yeah,
all
so that's quite
sounds
fun.
incredible. Cal's like I admire you guys because the trophies, like you can't find things like these anywhere else. Like the Dayma Rally stuff were super super heavy, but like the Cyclone model kit that you guys put in the Hurston Herlocker trophies are just, and I'll put that up here soon, guys. It's just absolutely incredible. I was blown away.
It is. I mean, it's a beautiful trophy. I will be gutted to see it. I mean, every time we do one of your trophies, it's like, hang on a minute, this has got to be sent away. I don't like this. I like to be able to kind of go, right, okay, we'll take some pictures and you can kind of do your own, but I get to keep something. Whereas the trophies, it's that kind of like, no. So yeah, so it's that kind of like, we don't. Yeah, I quite like having things. So it's that sad thing of, oh no, we've made something for someone else. Oh, that gets to go and sit on their shelf instead. Um, but yeah, it's when we were doing the Daymar Rally trophies, we played around with doing a copper one that's way too heavy. We've got some design challenges to make the
Yeah,
next one a little bit better.
that's awesome.
Basically, weigh a little bit less. And I'll be sad to see that one come off the shelf because basically we'll cut it up and use it to make the next ones.
Ah, use it as a
Um,
mold.
yeah, so yeah, melt it down. But no, it's I love the community. We were joking that I came into this because JR was many moons ago obsessed with Star Citizen, as most of you are, and played it, bored at work, asked to make a hobby project. He basically made the GSS locker. At work, had access to a CNC machine. It was like very much there, darling. Yes, of course you can. Sort of like off you go keep yourself busy. And it kind of went from there. And he forgot to invoice CIG for something, for some storage for something, and I kind of went, right, what's going on here? And he'd agreed that they could actually pay him in a hammerhead. Instead of 3 months worth of storage, he got a digital spaceship. And I was like,
Wow.
no, darling, no, this isn't working. This really isn't. So I came on board and did the admin bits and pieces. Um, but I love the community and that's why I do it. So things like this and being able to be on the 890 tonight, that's very much sort of like I do the events, I do the social side of things, but I don't actually play the game. I think I was saying to you earlier, I've literally got one of our guys being my escort to get me to the 890 because I've managed to get myself stuck in an elevator twice tonight and nothing to do with like the game
Game
breaking or what
breaking,
have you or
yeah.
30k. It's literally my ineptitude of kind of going, how do I get out of here again? I couldn't find the right button on the elevator and the little scroll thing. So yeah, so I love the community. So I love stuff like this and being able to give something back and the joy that our kit models bring to people. It's just that excitement. I love it.
It,
So it's really cool to be able to do it.
I really appreciated the story is absolutely incredible. Like myself, I had someone that, hey, here's a starter ship, go play this game, and I was playing it offline, and I streamed it for the first time, and I couldn't even leave the hangar because I didn't know how to fly, and I blew everything up. But that was almost 5 years ago, and look at me now. Like I don't cast for anything else. I don't want to work on anything else. Like I work in esports and. But like this is something I love doing. I like taking the time to and supporting, whether it's you or Game Glass or anybody that's wants to be a part of this community and support us, and it's just absolutely incredible. And there's honestly no other community like the Star Citizen.
Yeah.
Like everybody's just
Nah,
incredible. Like Captain Richard raising money for Captain Wickstorm.
Oh yeah.
Like I was crying. I was crying earlier today. I was like, I can't even hold my emotions back because it's just touching. Like the stuff that we do for each other, like also like we I think a few of the guys or streamers got a few other mods to CitizenCon back in Austin 2 years ago. So like Bunsen, like things like that is just absolutely incredible. So I'm always stunned by what the community does every single day.
Well, but I remember my first Star Citizen event was CitizenCon 2947. JR had taken the Raven over. We had a crew bod with us, and I was kind of like, right, okay. We'd literally just had the license agreement signed at CitizenCon. I'd
Oh
nabbed Carl
wow.
Jones, and I was like, right, okay, can you sign this for me? Yep,
Oh.
fine. So I'd done that, so that was cool. And JR was in a truck because obviously the Raven, we basically put it in the back of a lorry, fine, and off they went. And I was flying. So I'm traveling around, like wandering around the city, and I kind of went, oh, there's a bar citizen. I should probably go and show my face and kind of like do the whole sort of like corporate bit, right? Fine. Bit nervous. Loads of lovely people the day before, but no one had really sort of like that I knew well enough to kind of just go and talk to.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, it's fine. Big girl pants on, off you go, fine. And in I went, and I ended up changing my flight from the day that I was like, I had my suitcase with me, and I ended up in some random bar on a boat, and drinking with various volunteers,
Well, that's
CIG
awesome.
staff, community members. It was just an utter blast, absolute blast, and loved it ever since. It's just some amazing people doing some amazing things to bring people together. It's just, I love it. Absolutely love it.
That's awesome. Well, Cals, thank you so much, for coming on and talking to us about, JRD+F. And again, guys, !JRD+F in the chat. Please go check them out tomorrow. They should be streaming. You said it. Is it going to be before 20 or?
Yeah, we'll start streaming about 6 o'clock.
Okay, so 6 o'clock, 1800 UTC, guys. And just thank you so much, man. This was absolute pleasure. And thank you so much, Cals. And thank you so much again. Tell JR, incredible. We love him. The community loves him. And thank you so much for everything.
Yep. No, I will let him know he's working in the other room. So it's that kind of like, right, okay, cracking that we're working to, as a deadline for a project that we're working on that's nothing to do with Star Citizen, but it's that kind of like, right, needs to happen. So we're both working in different ways.
Gotcha. Well, Cals, again, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Take care. Bye. Have fun.
Bye.